I tell myself, you know, every game is your last game. It's a rough sport, you know what I mean? People play their last game without knowing it all the time. I played running back for the first 10 years I played football, and every time I didn't score a touchdown, every time I got tackled, I would just stay on the ground. I'd go on the ground, I'd be crying, and I wouldn't want to get out, and then that coach that I had would have to come, you know, scrape me off the field. It's like, what's wrong, what's wrong? He'd eventually sort of pick me up off the ground and say, are you hurt, or? And I'd just be like, no, I'm good. So I just sort of get back into the huddle. My best friend was the quarterback at the time. He'd look at me like, hey, what's wrong with you? And I just remember, like, I was so competitive from such a young age that it's like, when I didn't score a touchdown, I just lost it because I was so competitive. If I had to pick one game that stood out the most, it was probably that first CFL preseason game that I played with the Lions. That I got to go back to a stadium that I grew up playing in against a team that I grew up watching.
DBK out there, 1, 2, 3, DBK.
I remember walking through the tunnel and I could like barely feel my legs. You know what I mean? I was so nervous, and I remember thinking, you know what, as nervous as I am, it's gonna be a moment that I'm gonna remember for the rest of my life. So I can either, you know, sit here and be nervous and be scared and hold back a little bit, or I can go out there and make sure I make the most of it, because those are the type of experiences that you only get to have one time in life.
Back pedal, sprint back!
I try to prepare myself like I'm going into my last game. There's so many aspects of football, but if you don't have those relationships with your teammates and those relationships with your coaches, it doesn't matter how good everybody is on your team, it doesn't matter how much skill you have, it's not gonna work. Like, things just won't fall your way.